7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has issued a federal law on the patronage of children of unknown parentage. The law aims at organising the ancestry and background of children of unknown parentage through the establishment and development of care homes, and to secure foster families to provide health, physiological, social, recreational and educational care. The law stipulates that the Ministry of Social Affairs, in coordination with the Ministry of the Interior, shall work on providing foster families for children who meet the conditions stipulated in the law. Her Excellency Mariam Mohammed Khalfan Al Rumi, the Minister of Social Affairs, said that the law comes in the framework of the keenness of the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and the federal government, under the leadership of the Vice President and Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, in order to maintain the rights of any unknown parentage child. In pursuance of the directives of President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan's 500 million dirham food aid for Yemeni people, the Khalifa bin Zayed Humanitarian Foundation distributed thousands of food parcels for displaced people today from the Yemeni province of Abyan. The refugees expressed gratitude to the President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, for the generous support, which is a continuation of the humanitarian approach established by the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. The President had assigned the foundation to purchase supplies from the local markets in Yemen in order to activate the Yemeni economy and revive its domestic market. Sheikh Khalifa has also given directives to distribute the food supplies directly among the Yemeni society by setting up outlets in the different regions of Yemen to ensure they arrive to the largest number of people. Addiction to prescription medicine makes up the largest proportion of the total number of addicts in Dubai, according to a local report. Today marks World Anti-Narcotics Day, and Dubai police continue to raise awareness about the negative consequences of substance addiction, as well as the rehabilitation programs available across the country. According to the National Rehabilitation Centre, the UAE has a low relapse rate, with only 20% in 2010 to 2011. However, officials are urging the community to be aware of the dangers of substance abuse. Major Dr. Juma Sultan Al-Shamsi, head of the Awareness and Precaution Department of the General Department of Anti-Narcotics at Dubai Police, added that those who come forward for treatment are exempted from punishment.
It's exactly about the drugs, about how to help people, and we said to the family, if we have, how you can know if there's an addict in your house and how can they help us. We talk about the law, what say the numerous law about who's used drugs, who deal with drugs, and how can the people help his family and these things. We have some program now with the Ministry of Health to make some program on internet to control who's used these tablets, because the main problem, they won't go to first doctor, second, third, and they take big quantity of the tablets and they use it because that they may addict to the tablets. But in the new program, we try to do something to control. When they take from one doctor, until the quantity is finished, they can go to another doctor, they will be located by the system.
With over 50 million diabetic Muslims fasting during Ramadan worldwide every year, more attention needs to be given towards their eating habits and physical activities during the holy month. Global pharmaceutical company MSD revealed the results of the Ramadan study conducted in 43 clinical centres across the Middle East, including Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Healthcare professionals expressed that through surveying over 1,000 patients, they were able to identify the best ways to support diabetics who choose to fast. They further added that patients are required to go for a consultation 2 months prior to Ramadan, where a thorough medical assessment would be carried out. Physicians advise that if a diabetic does choose to fast, they must follow the guidelines as provided and instructed by their doctors.
We assess their level of risk for fasting, and if they are at very high risk or high or moderate or low risk, and we advise them about the risk, and we tell them that this is your risk of fasting and maybe you should not be fasting. However, the decision to fast is a very personal decision, and sometimes most of the patients, especially patients with the so-called type 2 diabetes, what occurs usually in older individuals, decide to fast even against the doctor's advice. So it is a highly personal thing. So our role here is to assess them, advise them, and tell them this is your risk, which they have to accept if they decide to fast. And we advise them on safe fasting.
They need to be cautious about the exercises that they do. Now, for example, type 2 diabetic patients, international guidelines recommend that those patients do not fast. But unfortunately, those patients fast, as we know. Ramadan is an important month for the Muslim community. So for those patients, they need to be cautious that they cannot exercise heavily before they break the fast, which seems to be a trend for some of those patients. And this increases the incidence of hypoglycemia and increases the symptoms that are associated with hypoglycemia. So here it's recommended to do moderate exercises, but not before breaking the fast. You can do it after.
Meanwhile, Hatan Madani, a mother of 2 children, both with diabetes, says she has learned to prepare nutritious meals for her children.
Having salads and vegetables and grilled food, it's amazing, honestly. But it takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. It's not easy to get to that point. The most important thing that they have to adjust, and they have to accept the idea that they have a situation, but they can be normal if they lead a healthy lifestyle.
Industry experts warn that checking your tyre pressure weekly is beneficial, as traffic accidents due to burst tyres are more common in the summer period. A recent report from Dollar Thrifty Automotive Group, titled How to Separate Car Safety Fact from Fiction, warns motorists that tyres should be rotated and not worn out during the summer season. Drivers are encouraged to conduct regular tyre checks, as less air may cause increased friction between the tyre and the road, increasing the heat in the tyre. According to Nabil Al-Yafi, operations manager for Thrifty, drivers need to take precautions in the sweltering summer months of June, July and August.
Education is, in general, I'm a car user. I have to be educated how to maintain my car, how to drive it, which one is the safe, which one is out of safety processes. Most of the people, he want the car just to start and move. For what? How? What's the reason of that sound? What's the reason of this? The car is taking left, right. You don't know anything about this. Just repair the car and that's it.
Al-Yafi further added that the recent hoax of broadcasted emails warning readers not to fill their car tanks to full due to rising temperatures of up to 54 degrees, thus causing the tank to burst, is false. Industry insiders reveal that, as a fact, auto ignition temperature of petrol is about 400 degrees Celsius.
To be honest, this car's manufactured under a very strict rules and regulations, and the cars, which is especially in UAE, will never be entered according to the rules and regulations until it will pass the special strict system that this car is manufactured for GCC, climate and all of this stuff.
And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.